Alright guys, so we were actually going to go through and talk about something else, but I want to change the story. Let's talk about Florida's Anti-Riot Bill signed by Ron DeSantis and whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. So, Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Monday signed a controversial anti-riot bill into law, which state Democrats and local activists have criticized as an attempt to stifle social protests. Well, no, if you're rioting, you're not protesting. Florida Senate passed the HB1 bill on Thursday. The legislators has been spearheaded by DeSantis since last summer's Black Lives Matter protests. It's really remarkable if you look at the breadth of this particular piece of legislation. It's the strongest anti-rioting, pro-law enforcement piece of legislation in the county, DeSantis said during his press conference for the signing of the Whiter Haven. There's nothing even closer. The bill cracks down on protesters accused of participating in riots, defacing historical monuments, I like that, as well as obstructing highways and streets. Like that too. The bill also deemed mob intimidation, defined as an attempt to introduce someone into doing an act or adopting a particular point of view, as unlawful. The legislation additionally enhances protection for law enforcement. Assaulting police officers in a furtherance of riots is pushable with a 6-month minimum jail sentence. Communities seeking to reduce funding for law enforcement are now required to first present their petition to a state administration commission. If local governments were to fund the police were to be catastrophic and have terrible consequences for the citizen, DeSantis said, we're able to stop it at the state level. So the bill further allows people to sue local governments over personal or property damages if they were found to have interfered with the local enforcement's response during civil unrest. So the bill further allows people to sue local governments. Okay. We saw last summer one of the local governments were actively telling, not necessarily in Florida, but through the country, basically telling people, police to stand down while cities burnt. DeSantis said that is a dereliction of duty. He continued, what our bill says is that we sign into law that if you're in derelict of your duty as a local government, you tell law enforcement to stand down, then you are responsible for the damages that ensure. I really, really like that one too. While the bill's language says it does not prohibit constitutionally protected activists such as peaceful protests, the legislation drew criticism from Democrat officials and local activists who worried about curtailing basic freedoms. Since political descendant and disproportionately target communities of colour. Signing of the HB1 is being signed today and a deliberate scare tactic, considering how close the argument of the Daryl Chavez trial started today, tweeted Florida State Senator Jones. It was never about protecting the peaceful protests. It's always been about silencing a group of protesters, black, brown voices, whatever. Look, at the end of the day, generally, I think this is a good thing. I think it's good to see the government's clamping down on rioting and stuff like that. I do have a concern that it will be used against the Conservatives at a later date. But I understand why people are supporting this. And I think this is going to be a winner for DeSantis as well. I think this is going to help his re-election programs. Or campaign. I don't think he's got any problems, but help his re-election. People are going to be looking at this and going, this is actually quite a good thing. And if he can turn around and stop the rioting, then at the end of the day, I'm all for it. Now, obviously, I don't want him to stop protesting, but when you start burning down your local stores and stuff like that, you're no longer protesting, you're now rioting. That should be illegal. That is where the line is drawn. If you just want to march down the street, wave some banners and scream your little lungs out, then knock yourselves out. But at the end of the day, if you start throwing rocks or tins of soup at the police officers, or if you start going through and smashing up buildings and looting and stuff like that, then you should be arrested and you should serve jail time. So, like I say, I'm worried about where this is going, but at the end of the day, I understand why people are supporting it. And at the end of the day, I think this will be a really, really good thing for DeSantis. I think it's going to help any re-election that he might have coming up. I think people are going to look at this and go, you know, hey, we finally got a senator that has a set, that is actually going to stand up to all these rioting and all this protesting, and basically going to go through and basically kick anybody's butt. So, yeah, I think it's good for him. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube, probably tomorrow. I've got a splitting headache. I want to stop doing videos tonight. But you've got to. This is the second video. Have a great night. Enjoy yourself, guys, and hopefully my headache will go away soon. Otherwise, I'm going to need to take a Panadol. Have a great night. Enjoy yourself, everybody. We'll see you soon.